Welcome in, everyone. It's brandinimojo with Tribal Ministry, and I have this week's episode of The Divine Masculine Presents The Naked Truth. So, I just want to give you guys a warning. The messages coming through in the Divine Truth episodes today are going to be triggering for those of you that have healed, okay? So for those of you that are not in the energy of healing, I'm just going to give you a warning that you may want to go ahead and click off the video because this message is not going to be for you. It could be for you if you allowed it to be, but I'm just saying only if you allow it to be, could it resonate or could it help you through your journey right now. But if you are not in the energy of wanting to heal and understanding what is transforming in your life, the naked truth of it all between the 3D world and the 5D world, and where we stand in the cosmos, then I just have to be real with you guys. This message is going to be very, very informative, very heavy, and very awakening. So it already looks as if someone is already clicking off of the video. That's fine. I have a lot to cover with you guys. So in this episode, we're going to get down to the nitty-gritty of the naked truth. And this is going to be a message from Divine Masculine, guys. So for anything that happens in this video, just consider it a part of the synchronistic things that are meant to happen in this video. While everyone is in quarantine, I just want to remind people that, my house is still at times very lively. So whatever comes through in the messages, it's meant to. And I'm just going to leave you guys with that. So I'm going to take a few seconds to just breathe. I want you guys to take a few seconds and just breathe. Inhale the good shit and exhale the bad shit. That's usually always my motto when you guys know I'm sitting here smoking a joint. So, yeah. If you have them, light them. Another thing, just like Baby Girl said, like I said, nothing in my videos ever happens for no reasons. If you guys are feeling extremely dehydrated at this point in time, it is because you are going through an ascension, and it is always a good thing to make sure that you are properly hydrated. So drinking water, lots and lots of water during these times are going to help you transmute this energy. So with that being said, today I started off the day before I even pulled the cards. Actually, I pulled these cards yesterday, and I literally had to sit with them overnight. And for those of you that know me and have been watching my channel, you guys know that this is sometimes what I have to do in order to allow the messages to come through. For the other cards that I will be pulling during this reading, I will pull them live so that you can see the synchronicities in the things that I say, the things that I'm bringing to you, not only through the cards that I already have, but in the collective energy and what it is that we're supposed to be learning and transmuting through these times right now. So, another thing, I have several messages to start out with you for you guys. The first one that is going to come through, I have titled this video "The Universe of Love Within," and both the Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine videos today are going to correlate around the unconditional law of love, and for a good reason. That will come out mainly in this message. But you guys might want to stay tuned and watch the Divine Feminine video. I will be channeling that after I'm finished with this video. It will be posted on the same night, guys. For those of you that did not get to catch these videos live, always feel free to go through and hit the replays because this information is going to be timeless. It is fluid, as all time is. So whenever you click on this video is when you're supposed to receive the message. And if it does not, don't. I just want to always put that disclaimer in there. These messages and these readings are not only for your educational purposes, but they're also for your entertainment purposes as well. So I do have to list that in the disclaimer. and just remind you guys that if the messages are not resonating with you and it's not vibrating with you, then it's not meant to at this particular time. So you can always come back later when you're in a higher vibration, watch the videos, and they may resonate with you when they are divinely guided to resonate with you. So like I said, if some of this shit isn't resonating with you guys and some of it is, take what resonates and toss the rest, okay? So just to start off with, the fact that this episode of Divine Masculine's Naked Truth started off over the last collective week, I guess, if you want to call it the last, whatever the fuck you want to call it, the last week, the last 7 days. I have been channeling the energy of the number 9, which is highly significant to the Divine Collective at this point in time, both masculine and feminine, okay? And I'm going to read you the message of the angel meaning of the number 9 and what the message brings to you. And watching this video, if you are feminine, I'm just going to say that it's always good, if you're masculine or feminine, to watch both videos and see how both videos from the masculine or the feminine perspective will be resonating with you at this time. I would not recommend that if you are a female to just stick to the masculine videos just to see what your masculines have to say to you, because I don't channel those kind of messages. I have to say that I don't deliver the romantic messages because romance is all fine and great when you're in a philosophical point of view, but the point of it is that we're waking up from the matrix, and the romance of things, it's okay to be romantic. It's okay to embody that love and light energy of divine sensuality and romance. But at the same time, if you guys are watching these videos in hopes that this alchemy is going to transform your relationships, it just might. But at the same time, I do want to point out that my videos are intended for the collective to truly heal from within in all aspects of things. And while, I'm not ever going to tell you guys that it is not within your divine right to manifest romance for yourself, but I'll be the first and probably the realist to say that when you're talking about divine union or twin flames or soulmates, it's kind of cool to, from a low vibrational standpoint of view, to romanticize things and fantasize about the way that we idealize love and relationships. I just hate to burst your bubble, but I have to anyway, because I'm a divine messenger of the truth, and this is what my purpose is, and I can't sugarcoat shit for you guys because, well, I'll just have to tell you, my spirit guides won't let me. So while I'm saying that it is a good thing to manifest all that you want and desire, not to get caught up in the romanticism of it all, because it's never going to serve you for the highest good if you're going to romanticize your relationships 24/7. And this is not what my videos are about. So if you're looking for love and romance, I have a lot of different readers on YouTube that I can point you in the direction of, but this is not what my channel and Tribal Awakening Ministry is all about. So just to put that out there, I felt like that was necessary before I started this video. Secondly, I'm going to dive into the energy right now of the number 9. So when we have the number 9 popping up in the collective over the last several weeks, if you guys are avid tarot watchers and you watch different readers, you've seen the 9 of Pentacles, the 9 of Wands, the 9 of Swords, and the 9 of, the 9 of Cups. You've seen all of the 9 energies popping up in collective readings. And just to clarify, okay, with the 9 of Swords here, this is about intelligence. This is pure, clear intelligence coming through for the collective right now to relieve the anxiety and the stress of what it is that you are burdening yourselves with in your minds, okay? The 9 of Swords is about anxiety, release of anxiety. And on the Pentacle wheel, it is going to represent the matter of air here. This is about also where your feet can carry you through anything. Just saying. The magical properties of this card, the number 45, add those together, that's the number 9. Okay, so this is actually what is in the fire energy right now, the action energy. What action does the divine masculine need to take right now? It is moving through the anxieties that he is experiencing at this particular time, revolving around earth, air, fire, water energies. I chose this particular spread. This is what I call the pinnacle spread. Okay, there's a reason why I chose this, but anyway, I'm going to delve back into the number 9. The number 9 is in the action energy, which is fire energy, which is really important for us to utilize at this particular time. This reading was triggered today. I didn't know when I was going to do the Naked Truth videos. I knew that I was going to have to do them soon, but this morning I was visited by the divine and I had a clear conscience, like I had a clear conscious message in the dream world from a divine masculine. Now, I do not know if this was like a higher intelligent masculine here on earth that I may have been channeling here in the now, because I do have a tendency to channel masculine energy quite frequently. I will channel all energies. Okay, I'm just going to put it that way. But what is coming up for the collective over the last 7 days for me, I have repeatedly witnessed not only in conversations and synchronicities, number synchronicities between myself and other masculine entities, but between myself and the collective right now. The 9 energies are very, very prominent. This means that you guys are embarking on the ending. You guys are coming to the ending of a very, very painful cycle. Okay, now what this entails with the number 9, it is a number of universal love. The angels are coming through to say that this is about universal love, eternity, the eternal cycles that we've seen in the number 8s. Okay, when we see the number 8s in numerology, it usually represents infinitude. So this is about the eternity of universal love, the infinitude of universal love, the infinitude of faith, the infinitude of the universal laws, karmic cycles, spiritual enlightenment, spiritual awakenings, services to humanity, humanitarianism, and the humanitarian. So light workers, leading by positive example, philanthropy, charity, self-sacrifice. So a lot of you guys are popping up energy of you guys are remembering times in the past of self-sacrifice. A lot of selflessness is being purged right now in the collective. People are coming into their destinies. They're awakening to their destinies. They're coming into their soul purpose, their missions. So this is about higher perspectives being gained, inner strength, public relations, responsibility, intuition, strength of character. This is why also the strength card has come up on a lot of collective readings lately. It is coming up, as a matter of fact, in the reading today. You see the number 8 with the strength card, which is a number of infinite strength, infinity. So this is about pulling that in from the universe and applying that to what we're going now through. This is about being strong in our intuition and our character, learning to say no at times. This is what all of those messages about establishing healthy boundaries is really about. This is about discretion, sensitivity, loyalty, generalistic things in life, having abilities, creative abilities, brilliance and problem solving, inner wisdom, self-love, freedom, and the freedom to have it all. Okay, so this is basically the divine masculine messages that I was getting in the dream download this morning. Was about this was what happened in my dream. Okay, but anyway, I'll tell you about the dream here in just a minute. But to conclude with the number 9, this is about empathy, compassion, nonconformity, artistic genius, expansive viewpoints, eccentricity, communication, influence, perfection, magnetism, understanding, forgiveness, compassion, sympathy, and being the visionary and having the duty and the calling and the obligation toward mysticism, optimism, and divine wisdom. Okay, so if you're resonating with the number right now, if you're resonating with the number 9, the number 9 is showing you toward your life path, your soul mission, which would be toward philanthropy, humanity, any kind of service to humanity or to others, okay? Through natural skills and talents that you have. It's just a reminder to be compassionate, to be mindful, and to lead by a positive example. And this is about unhealthy phases that are not serving your highest good coming to an end. So this is about allowing the new to come in, which is going to inevitably anyway. And it's about preparing for the work that you must do now. So that is the main message of the number 9 and why it is coming through for the collective right now. So I also want to explain the reason why I chose the pentacle spread. The pentacle references represent spirit, air, water, earth, and fire. It also represents Mars energy, which is about severity of conflict, and it's about bringing in harmony through conflict. I didn't know why my spirit guides chose the pentacle spread, but now I know why, because they guided me to explain that the five visible planets that we see from Earth to the cosmos would be Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. We can all see these planets in the night sky at certain points of the year. Right now, Venus, since last month, when Venus was seen at its highest peak during that full moon or new moon, I think it was last month, I do believe, it was very, very, very visible in the night sky, and it was probably closer to Earth than ever. But now that Venus is in retrograde, it also represents the archetypal forces of justice, mercy, wisdom, understanding, and transcendent splendor. So this is also the archetypal forces that were derived from 3500 BC, which was in Mesopotamia, and what they referred to as the heavenly body. Okay? So for those of you that question what the pentagram means, what the 5-pointed star represents, from 3500 BC on, it was actually a representation, a geometrical representation of the human body and what it is that we embody, starting with spirit, which is our psyche. Okay, so explaining the Pythagoras method, which would be the 5 elements that make up man: fire, water, earth, and psyche. The energy is it's about energy, fluidness, breath, matter, and mind. And then the earthly or unearthly areas, which would represent liquid, gas, solids, plasma, and the ether, which is the spirit realm. So for the elements of water, earth, air, fire, and spirit, the pentagram represents the human body and all 5 elements. Okay, so this is why I chose the pentagram spread for the Divine Masculine read. The Mars energy that connects to severity and conflict for harmony through conflict. They also wanted me to remind you that another representation throughout history of the 5-pointed star was about birth, adolescence, coitus, parenthood, and death, which is the cycle of life. Okay, so we come in, we're born, we go through adolescence, we learn what coitus is all about, which can be at some point is the most devastating thing that we ever encounter is coitus. This is why so many fucking people are terrified of it, but this is why I'm doing this naked truth video, because we're going to bust down through the illusions and we're going to get to the naked truth. And like I said, this is for some that watch. It's going to be a very triggering video, okay? Because some of you guys just aren't there yet, and that's not to say that you won't ever be. Love and light to you guys. I just want to say that. So another aspect of the 5, which the 5 of numbers seems to be the reference of the human body, right? So we got the 5 virtues of knights, which was upheld in medieval times. They wanted me to reference this so that you guys would know that each element represents something different. Generosity, courtesy, chastity, chivalry, and piety. So from the knight's standpoint, that this was what the 5 honor code, the 5 virtues of the knights back in the day would have represented these elements of being, okay, which is a form of unconditional love. So piety, courtesy, chastity, chivalry, generosity, those are all embodiments of unconditional love. Okay, there's also such thing as the Wiccan kiss. Okay, the Wiccan kiss was a ritual that women used to perform to their mates or soulmates. And it started where it started at the feet, washing feet or kissing feet, knees, the womb, the breast, and the lips. And that was how the fucking blessing of blessed be came into being. You're blessing another human being with the kiss of life. So you start at their feet and you work their way up to the lips and then you bless them. So that was how a Wiccan would give their blessings back in the day. We don't so much practice that anymore, but I know to some of my intimate lovers, you guys have received the Wiccan kiss from me in some way, shape, or form. Okay, but anyway. So Mars energy, this is why it feels the energy right now. That Aries energy coming through, that's why everything feels so fucking heavy, why it feels so severe, why there's this conflict going on, and why it is that you're being called from the divine to transmute through this to find harmony. Okay, so to get into all of that, I have a couple of quotes for you guys. It says, when I look up at the night sky and I know that, yes, we are a part of this universe, but perhaps more importantly than both of those facts, it is that the universe is in us. And when I reflect on that fact, I feel big. That is a quote by Neil deGrasse Tyson. And another one, I have another one from Buddha. It says, you yourself, as much as anyone in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. So another one is, when we love, we are the universe, and the universe lives within us. Okay, so back to the dream. Now that I can put the notebook away. The dream that I had, I remember I was speaking to this masculine voice, and I was asking the masculine voice questions about what happens after we learn the lessons, what's beyond the lessons. And what the divine masculine showed me was a vision of myself, and not from the external point, not from the human side of things. I was looking through as like I was looking on the outside of me, and I was gazing upon myself, and my eyes went straight from the physical body straight to the metaphysical body. And what I saw beyond the physical body was the metaphysical being that exists within myself, which is divine and universal love. It's universal light. I talk about that all the time whenever I'm pulling chakra cards and the universal light card comes out. I've always told people, and I tell you guys all the time, that what we are is a universal light force, which is something that transcends through all space and time. Okay. And so, what the divine masculine revealed to me this morning was that, while we focus so much on romanticizing our relationships with other people, especially the masculine really needs and wants for the divine feminine collective to understand their love and light beings from within, and to not externalize that love upon others, because this is what it means. When we externalize our love toward another being, and we aren't being in that reciprocal energy of receiving divine and universal love, it is because spirit revealed to me this morning, the divine masculine revealed to me this morning, is that we put too much external expectation on the masculine. So if the masculine chooses to give us our love, to give us his love, to enter into a space of intimacy with us, we internalize that energy to an external point, which is, it therefore becomes toxic and unhealthy. This is what the divine is saying, is that most oftentimes the feminine, when coming into union or contact with divine masculine, is over a period of time, if the divine masculine and divine feminine come into union, that union becomes a toxic union, because the one party or the other is inflicting a lack of freedom and a lack of self-expression and a lack of love, and they're projecting that onto the other partner, which therefore becomes extremely toxic. So what we're dealing with while we watch the divine masculine going through his evolution process and experiencing our own, and what we need to understand in order to integrate the masculine and the feminine within ourselves, because we want so much sometimes to point the finger at the masculine and say, well, the masculine is in an unhealed frame of mind because he's non-committal. Well, the reason why the masculine will not commit to a feminine who is not standing in her power. A masculine will not commit to a female who cannot remove the external masks from herself while at the same time demanding the masculine to be authentic with himself. You know, if you really look at it from an external point of view and you're just the observer, if you look at that dynamic in any shape or fashion, you know that that's not healthy. And this is why the Divine Masculine Collective is crying out right now in this particular time, is because we are not just purging these energies as divine feminines, but the divine masculines are having to purge this energy as well. It works both ways. You know, we always seem to think that the masculine has no feelings. We always seem to think that the masculine isn't smart, that they don't learn their lessons, that we're just superior to the masculine in some form or shape or form or another. But at the same time, if you look at a collective sense in the way that things are being handled collectively from divine masculine to divine feminine energies, the exchange is quite unfair. And if you look at it from an external point, you see where both sides of the collective are being unfair to each other. And a lot of this stems from within. It stems from the perception that the party will have over one another or themselves. And so, therefore, a lot of us get caught in the paradigms and in the illusions of the self altogether. Therefore, we entirely miss the message that the self is trying to give us in certain situations. You know, for one thing, we have in the energy here, we have illumination, which is coming in from the divine and the ancestral realm to the masculine. And then underneath that, you have synergy and healing. So the message here, and then you have a pentagram. So the message here is about forgiveness, releasing the burdens that we put upon ourselves, and where love stems from within. Our expectations of love. What are we expecting? What do we expect out of the other person? Well, a lot of expectations are being had and being given. So it's like people are making all these demands, but they're not ready to step up to the plate and accept what that entails. A lot of people want divine unionship. A lot of people want divine partnership. But how can you have divine partnership if you cannot have the love for yourself that you need to have? So basically, what the masculine was showing me is that from an internal view of myself, what I'm watching is that I'm a being of light, I'm a being of unconditional love, and all of these paradigms that I put myself here, that we put ourselves in here in the 3D realm, are all a part of breaking free of the illusions of what love really means, about what love really is. And so if we allow that love to function from a universal space within us, we in turn will allow ourselves to grow to the point of infinity. Okay? So that's basically the overall message of what I got from the dream, is about loving yourself from a place of infinitude and being able to project that love out there into the universe. And you don't really have to have that reciprocal love in return. It's the love that you can give yourself. And when I saw myself in this dream, the way that I saw myself this morning as a love and light being, it's going to be kind of hard for me at this point in time. And for anybody else that is going through this awakening right now, the masculines, the feminines that are going through this awakening of understanding that we don't have to have love in the physical, because we have loved transcendently throughout time and space, throughout thousands of years, thousands of lifetimes. And this is a part of that universal understanding that we are coming to right now in the collective. So again, breathe in that good shit and exhale that bad shit. And now I'm going to get into the cards more. Okay. So what I've given you thus far is just what I have channeled from the dream and from the number 9. over the last 7 days. And so here we're going to get into the card messages. The Skull of Light illumination says we can stay in the dark and exist only in the midnight hours, but shine in the torch. The victory is ours. It's also why we've been seeing the Six of Wands, the Six of Pentacles as well, bringing in balance for the collective. So about this card here, as the famous psychotherapist Carl Jung suggested, is knowing our own darkness helps us cope with the darkness of others. Taking the time to know thyself and to seek understanding of our more destructive or shadow natures can lead to huge happiness and less anxiety. And what the fuck did I say, guys? Knight of Swords. The release of anxiety. The idea of being shown the way in the most difficult of times and always knowing that we are never alone in the darkness are the keys to this magical element. Light is usually a comforting thing, yet sometimes we do not really want to see the boogeyman under the bed, which is us. Anyway, light is usually a comforting thing, yet sometimes simply shining the torch upon such darkness, the victory is ours. Should the skull of light enter your life, know that this is time to open yourself up fully to the clarity of bright illumination and allowing yourself to be seen, to see and act upon what is shown to you. The time has passed for hiding, for pretending, and for swallowing our discomforts by accepting the status quo when it really doesn't fucking suit us. All right, so yeah, that's exactly what this release is all about. And this is just a message from your friendly neighborhood pain in the fucking ass, so I'm sorry and not sorry all at the same time. Sweetness and synergy. I'm going to go ahead and just read that. Cauldron. The cauldron. What are you guys stirring up in the pot right now? Sweetness and synergy. Divine masculine. Cauldrons. Where all things come together under pressure. Flowful synergy. A new thing is created. A crucible of infinity. Holy shit, guys. A typical depiction of a witch sees her standing over a boiling cauldron, slowly stirring the bubbling and the mysterious contents. As she stirs the enormous metal pot over the raw flames, she cackles and incants commands to all the elements, transforming the contents into something magical. Cauldrons were commonly used as in ancient and medieval times, from everything from the nightly meal to the making of medicines. The family crucible was usually placed within the hearth of the home, making it an essential part of the gathering of family. Much healing and nourishment came from the cauldron. Should you receive the cauldron card, it indicates the importance of combining a variety of techniques or elements to get the best results. It says, do not put all your eggs in one basket. Refuse to choose just a single rigid pathway when a variety of ways are there to be enjoyed and experienced. You can find your own ways to create something new. The cauldron is a deeply transformational tool, and things change once they're put under pressure. Resilience is being cultivated over time, and this means that you will be able to withstand any negative pressure much more healthy from the inside out. So, this is about releasing those burdens, reducing the burdens, okay, of your thoughts, okay? So for the masculine collective, I'm seeing a lot of you guys, you're non-committal, you don't want to commit to anyone, but that's your divine right if you choose not to commit. But I understand, divine masculine, why you do this, and this is what I'm talking about in this reading. It's the ability to say no when you need to say no. It's saying no whenever you need to heal. If you're in the energy of healing right now and you don't want to be in the business of putting yourself out there in the dating world, you don't have to by any means. But they're also reminding you that if you stay stuck in an energy where you were once in a lower vibrational state of mind, so if you were in a toxic relationship before, divine is saying that it's time to come out of that paradox where you feel like it's just going to be a repeated mistake. So nothing ever comes as a mistake, divine masculine. The divine is pretty much on me really hardcore to just delay this message to you guys. Like, the message to you guys should not be delayed any further. Divine Masculine, we understand, Spirit understands that you have been tremendously hurt, but what we know deep down is that you want love just the same as anyone else, and you deny yourself that love by allowing that pain that you've once experienced to become the very bane of your existence. So, while the Divine Feminine also does the same thing to herself in different ways, when we say, oh, I don't want to be with this person's just bad, 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 bad. Well, okay, well, what about the people that are good for you? Do you guys ever stop to think about that? What about the people that shine their light on you and they grow right alongside with you, and you know that these people have a growth game that's strong as fuck? Would you deny yourself love in an unconditional fashion just because you are stuck on one fucking ideal of the way that you think things should be? This goes both ways. Divine masculines are feeling extremely pressured by divine feminines. Divine feminines are feeling a sense of not being able to have their own sense of freedom in certain toxic relationships. Any toxic relationships are going to make you feel fucking like you're in a soul cage. They're going to make you feel like you're restrained. They're going to put this 9 of Swords fucking energy on you, or you're going to be anxious and you're going to be anxiety fucking ridden when it comes to certain things. But this is what the collective and what divine is pushing out of you guys through this Venus retrograde right now. This inevitable change, this inevitable understanding, this inevitable healing that must place itself within the collective right now. Okay, so what we have with the inner child, the divine masculine's inner child card for this reading is the know about boundaries, self-care, strength. Now is the time to give importance to your needs. It's not selfish, but it's necessary to live a balanced life. Say no, take time for yourself, and above all, do not feel shame for this. And if anybody would shame you, then they are not for your highest good. And underneath that, you have the journey home, which is about rest, comfort, and security. Our inner being longs for us to reside as one, taking time today to rest into who you are, your body, your soul, your heart. Place your hands on your chest, breathe deeply, and allow your mind to envision the home within. So, this is what Divine Masculine really is envisioning. No matter what mask he is wearing to the world right now, he is envisioning a life where he can have a happy life and a happy home with family, children, wives. Maybe not wives. Some people are really eccentric. I'm a really eccentric person. A lot of people that I wind up connecting to are extremely eccentric as well. I have friends that are in polyamorous relationships, and I have friends that are in relationships, if you want to call them relationship. You know, if we're going to label it, guys, I know a lot of people that are in different kinds of relationships, but the way that they portray them is different to everyone. Some are polyamorous. Some don't like fucking labels at all. They'd rather say, you know what, I'm deeply in love with this person, but we're not in a relationship. We are in a happy union. So that's a different expression to use. You're in a happy union with somebody. It's not to say, well, if you're not mindful enough to use the proper wording, guys, so if you're going to put limitations on yourselves at this point in time, funny, I shuffled the cards. Now we have the yes energy. Yes and no. Open-heartedness, acceptance, and excitement. It might seem impossible, but now is the time to receive. So there's so much abundance waiting for you, and the form that it will take is up to you, but be open to every good thing and knowing that you will know that the best thing when it comes. Man, inner child, communication and grace and self-love. So what I'm saying and what Spirit is saying, the only thing that I can gather from this is that a lot of masculines are denying themselves the right and that inner child energy, because when you're thinking too much about, oh, well, I don't want to see this person and I don't want to give them love and attention, and I know that they're great and they're amazing and they make me fucking feel good, but what does the masculine do right now? The masculine will turn around and snuff out that connection just simply because in his mind frame, he may assume from a lower vibrational standpoint that this relationship is going to ruin him. That's usually how the divine masculine sees the divine feminine when she starts to get a little too close. This is something that is needing to be healed within the divine masculine collective, because if the divine masculine could look at himself the way that I saw myself in this dream this morning, if every human being could look at themselves the way that I saw myself in this dream this morning, I guarantee you none of you would have fucking relationship issues from this point forward. And not only that, with the spiritual download that I got from that at the same exact fucking time was just confirmation that as long as I am vibrating love and light, as long as you guys are vibrating love and light from within and understand that you are a universal love and light bodied being, you don't have to have labels. You don't have to be in a so-called relationship, but that doesn't fucking mean that you can't find a divine feminine that's vibing on the same vibe as you are. And that doesn't mean that you can't love each other. And it doesn't mean that you can't experience joy, laughter, gratitude, and all of those things that your soul needs to truly grow with synergy and healing. Because Divine said that I did not create a man and woman to be separate entities. I created them to be separate entities to go through the lessons to learn how to come together in complete unity. Now, the other thing that we have to understand, divine masculines, is that a lot of you guys' relationships were meant to show you this embodiment of unconditional love within the self. All of these awakenings, the spiritual ascensions that you guys are hitting, and you just can't seem to fucking help it. This is what is being transmuted and cleared out. So while your perceptions, and I've been saying this for the last 2 weeks, perceptions are a motherfucker. Perceptions are a motherfucker, and they'll fuck you every time in this world, in this 3D world we live in. But how do we alchemize that from the 5D? How do we bring into the 5? How do we bring into the 3D? How do we bring that above, as above and so below? How do we manifest love from the heavens to earth? Well, the message was in the dream, guys. It was about being and understanding that you are the universal energy of love. It flows through every 7 of your chakras, which are separate parts of your soul. And why we have to integrate that love and light energy into each part of our soul, from the root chakra to the crown chakra, from the earth chakra to the soul star chakra. Why it is important to give each and every single one of our chakras, each and every single part of our light bodies, that light and love that we so deserve. What happens, guys, when the alchemy of that gets to be too much? The intelligence of transparency. This is why transparency is really important when it comes to manifesting healing, not only from the self, but if you're trying to heal relationships or your view of relationships. So, guys, what the divine masculine is saying, that the knowledge of sciences and miracles of healing, is that our perceptions of relationships are severely fucking distorted. Severely fucking distorted. And I'll tell you, there's nothing that breaks my heart more is to scroll through my timeline on Facebook and see beautiful masculine energies rejecting love, and unconditional love at that, because they have a specific pain triggered mentality. There is nothing sadder than seeing a masculine with this pain triggered mentality, knowing deep down that they want love, that they want acceptance, that they want a family, that they want to have that 10 of cups, that they want to have that 10 of pentacles. But here we are, stuck at the fucking 9 with the masculine in this energy of anxiety. And how do we get rid of that? How do we get rid of this? Slowly and methodically. One thing, you have the fucking turtle. Slow and steady wins the race. Slow and steady wins the race, divine masculine. We understand that. So to the divine feminines that want to get fucking impatient because you're not ready to heal within yourself, and you are not going to allow your divine masculine to heal himself, there's no fucking way you're ready for union if you're still in this energy of obsession. toward the divine masculine. If you can't be in this energy of, you know what, divine masculine, I've loved you through the ages, I've loved you through time and fucking space, I've loved you in multiple fucking lifetimes, and you know what, the divine feminine in me is going to release the divine masculine in you and allow you to heal with that sweetness and synergy that's coming in from the divine and from the universe itself. I will send you love and light on your healing journey. We don't have to be together. Divine feminine, who's standing in that divine feminine sovereignty, is not going to fucking pressure the masculine at this point in time. The masculine does not need, nor does he want, pressure at this particular time from the divine feminine or from any feminine. The masculines that I am channeling for this energy, no, they don't. They want freedom. They want the freedom to be themselves. This is the divine masculine's voice coming out and saying, divine feminine, honor yourself, honor the love and the light being that you are, and allow me to do the same. And I know that a lot of us need self-assurance. We need reassurance from multiple different facets of life. We need some kind of attention to let us know that we're on the right fucking path. Usually if we're listening to our higher selves, we're listening to our own intuition, we always know when we're on the right path because those synchronicities are a motherfucker too. Just like perceptions. So with the magician energy that we have at the pentacle, at the top of the pentacle, which is spirit, which is the ether realms. And I've been talking about the magician archetype quite frequently lately. And out of all of archetypal energies, it's the one that I respect the most. Because you have the magician in the normal sense, you have him standing over the table where he has all tools of all the elements, earth, air, fire, water, spirit. He's been given by the divine all of these tools to become now the manifester and the master alchemist of his own life. And this is the energy that the divine masculine is standing at the pinnacle of his human design right now. It's very important for the divine masculine to understand that the magician energy is the most powerful of all archetypes because, for one, not only can he be deceptive, and looks can be deceiving, and this is a lot of what we perceive from the divine masculine. We see that the divine masculine may be in a deceptive energy, but what divine is saying is what you don't see. What you don't see, divine feminine, what you don't see the masculine doing is really truly learning how to alchemize his own situation, letting him go and releasing that pain, because the divine masculine doesn't want to hold on to this shit any more than the divine feminine does. I told you guys several weeks back in my channeled message about the vultures, guys, that the divine masculine is not as sleepy as we think he is. The divine masculine is quite fucking awake right now. And he's seeing things from a different perspective than he did before. A lot of masculines right now are purging and shedding the superficial mentality. A lot of divine feminines, even going through this process at the same time in this collective, are shedding the superficial mentality that we once had. It's not about what a motherfucker looks like on the outside. It's about what their soul speaks to you. How their soul resonates with your soul. You really come into contact with a person who resonates with your soul so fucking hard. Like, how could you even deny that person? How could you even deny yourself that connection? Because the divine is bringing that into you. So what the divine masculine is saying, what the great divine masculine that channeled this message to me this morning in this dream, was about the fact that we have to really embody that light body energy from ourselves and really start to look at ourselves as that light bodied energy. And it's self-sustaining. And that's what Spirit told me this morning, is that it is self-sustaining. And this is the way the divine masculine works. The divine masculine is a self-sustaining energy. So if the divine feminine cannot sustain herself, it's going to put the masculine in a distorted energy. And this is the energy that the divine masculine is going to work from when you are coming into sexual union with another person. This is why sexual things should be treated as if they're sacred, and why they shouldn't just be exchanged with just anybody. The divine masculine is actually figuring this shit out right now. Nobody wants that low vibrational shit anymore. Nobody wants the same fucking stuck, like I'm a mouse on a wheel fucking paradigms anymore. And how the fuck do I get off this wheel? The divine masculine wants the fuck off the wheel. And that's what he's saying. He's kind of pleading with divine feminine, please release me. Please allow me to learn this lesson, and please allow me to find this divinity within myself, because you can't show it to me. And it's kind of like Jesus says in his own gospels, you know, in the gospels that never put in the Bible, and in the gospel that was written in his own hand, that was written in Aramaic, and it was found in the Dead Sea caves. It says, I am not in matches of wood and stone. You can lift a stone and find me, and I'm there. I'm in everything. I'm in everything and everyone. And if you lift a stone or build a building or whatever it is, you're going to find spirit in everything. And we function that way. So anyway, the masculine energy right now is about healing. You have the coil, the serpent coil, which is about healing, knowledge, holistic medicine, holistic healing. You have Thoth, which is the god Ra, or the god association to this card is Thoth, intellectual intelligence. The stone for this card looks like rainbow quartz. And then you have the infinity symbol, okay? So the number 78. Let me read the message to this card. The magician, which would be at the pinnacle of the soul for the divine masculine right now, the attribute to this card. The attribute to this card is about house. Beth, which be the general attribution, the Hebrew meaning of the house of the tree of life. It would be life path number 12, a Sephiroth number 78. The queen scale of color is purple. Intelligence of transparency. So what the divine masculine wants from everybody around him is to be transparent, so that he can allow himself to be transparent at this time. Okay, this is what the masculine is alchemizing at this particular time. The Egyptian god association is Thoth, and this is about intelligence, the intelligence of transparency, the transparency of intelligence. So the living beings, real and imaginary, for the magician card is the swallow, which is a bird, a very small bird at that. Could also be about the abyss and the ape. Mercury, herb Mercury, is also the plant association to this card. The magical vervain or palm trees, or Mercury, herbs and Mercury. So the precious stone, I guess it's opal or agate. The magical weapons of this card would be the wand or the caduceus. The vegetable drugs are all cerebral excitants. So anything that's going to excite your cerebral cortex, that is the drug, the medicinal drug of this card. And so this is the magical powers of the magician are about miracles of healing, and it's about the gift of tongues and the knowledge of sciences. So this is about releasing, and transcendental morality is releasing falsehood. So the masculine is in this energy of removing the masks and discerning from what is fake, from what is false, and what is true. So truth and false for the divine masculine, this is what is going on in his spiritual body at this particular time. So removing falsehood and dishonesty from his life and those envious natured creatures. So the correspondences from this card are about the messenger, Prometheus. The juggler with the secret of the universe. The title of the tarot trump, the magus of power. The 12th path is the intelligence of transparency because it is that species of magnificence called Chakshazit, the place whence issues of the vision of those seeing apparitions, that is, the prophecies by seers in a vision. This letter is associated with the tarot card of the magician. The traditional picture of the card illustrates this best. Traditionally, there's an infinity symbol over his head, but this indicates that he's very close to Kether. Distinctions between structural elements are very subtle at higher levels of the Sephiroth tree. Aleph is the first letter of the alphabet, but Beth is the first letter of the Bible, which starts with the word Bereshit, at the beginning. So the meaning of this card right here, sorry guys. So the meaning of this card right here is about proficiency, wisdom, adaptation, skillfulness, and cunningness. So the masculine, like I said in episodes past of the Naked Truth, divine masculine is really fucking awakening at this point in time. And the divine masculine within you, whether you're a female or male, okay, it's awakening within you. This is what is going on within the spirit body of the soul collective right now. And I did want to point out that the candle that I have burning over here is a black candle. I prayed upon this candle. I summoned the divine to protect us during these readings. Right now, this is a black candle to transmute negative energy. I have lit this candle for the collective through these readings, both divine masculine and divine feminine, to release the negativity from within at this point in time and what it is that we're releasing. So everyone that will click on or watch this video will get this Reiki healing and will get this fire candle energy as well, which was my intent for the divine to come in here and help us clear this out. Okay, so anyway, to the left, we have the Queen of Coins, which is sitting in the position of air. Yeah, it is sitting in the position of air right now. Holy fuck, what did I do with my notebook? Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, the attribute to air is it's either courtesy or chastity. Mercury. The air energy here is Mercury, Queen of Coins. Queen of Coins. So you have the sense of touch here as well. You have some kind of tree here. You also have a Masonic symbol here. This looks like Mott. Let me see. Give me a second. So this is about sanctifying intelligence, and the card here is about the vision of sorrow. So this is what is being transformed right now with the divine masculine collective. Heartbreak. Getting grounded through the sorrow, coming back to earth. This card has a different meaning here. So we have the Queen cards, which is about understanding. Okay, sanctifying intelligence. The color is crimson. The Egyptian god is Nephthys. She is a female god. She has wings. She is a transcendental energy that is very justified. She also reminds me of justice. The living beings, real and imaginary, for the queen are the woman and the bee. So the plants, real and imaginary, are cypress trees, opium, lily, poppus, ivies. The precious stones that would be attributed to the Queen of Pentacles would be a star sapphire or a pearl. The magical weapon of this card is the yoni. Go figure. Prince said it best. Pussy control, guys. Prince said it best. Pussy fucking control. Right? Even the divine masculine is starting to understand this. Pussy has some level of control over him, and he doesn't fucking like it. I'm just saying. Just keeping it real. The divine masculine doesn't like the fact that, you know, a certain pussy has control over him. Just saying. Anyway, moving on. Okay, so the power of this magical weapon of this card is about the outer robe of concealment, which I'm going to figure that one out later, but this is about the vision of sorrow and the vision of wonder. So why you guys wonder why the divine masculine is being so fucking quiet right now is because the transcendental morality of the card is why there's no communication. This is about silence. The divine masculine is in silence right now. Okay, so the Queen of Pentacles also represents water of earth, fields, quiet, spiritualized, to bear vegetables, animal life. The Queen of the Thrones of Earth. This is about kindness, shyness, enchantment, large-heartedness, intelligence, melancholy, impetuosity. This is what's going on in the earth, the air element of the divine masculine right now. What's going on in the earth element of the divine. Wait, no, the next one is water. So in his water energy and his emotional body right now, he's got the Princess of Wands going on. The Princess of Wands is about the gift of sight. And from what I'm seeing in every single one of these cards, they each have a different elemental sensory projection. Like the Queen of Coins is about touch. The Magician, this is about magical elements. This is about spiritual elements. And to be in the spirit is the perfect place for this position here. Here you have the gift of sight. Here you have the smell. Here you have windows, which is windows to opportunity. Okay, so with the Princess of Wands, we have damn it, where is it? The princess cards. Anyway. Okay, so the princesses are with the tens. So that's funny because you have the number 55 there. You add that together, that's a number 10 that comes after number 9. What is transforming right now emotionally? This is about foundations for the divine masculine. Jesus. Mary and Joseph. Sorry, guys. This is about kingdom, resplendent intelligence, and the vision of the holy guardian of the angel of Adonai, or the priest of Adonai. So, okay, you have 55, Malkuth energy, the wands, which is, okay, so this is a sprig of corn, I'm guessing. Okay, the circle, the magical weapons are the magical circle and the triangle. Okay, so we have the king scale color yellow, which is the 7th plane of the middle pillar. The Egyptian god associated to this card is Osiris. The living beings, real and imaginary, are the Sphinx, the willow, the lily, the ivy, the pomegranate, and all cereals. Okay, don't ask me where the fuck that came from. Rock crystals are the precious stones. The magical powers of this card is about skepticism, removing skepticism. So this is what the divine masculine is being called to remove from his emotional body right now. The skepticism that he feels toward love, toward universal love, toward himself. Okay, so divine masculine's watching. This is really about self-love and what self-love really means. So if you're asking yourself, well, what do I do to love myself? I already do. I already do love myself. Well, are you looking at yourself as a light body love, as a light body, a light bodied being of love and light? Are you? Because if you're not, then you're not truly loving yourself. And if you're denying love from all facets of life, then no, you're not loving yourself. You are still in an unhealed energy and you're being triggered to release it. So, releasing the skepticism toward the Princess of Wands. The Princess of Wands is about the Princess of Shining Flame, the Rose of the Palace of Fire. It's about brilliance, bravery, beauty, strength, sadness and anger and love, and craving for power, enthusiasm, and revenge. So, this is why the masculine, this is that aspect of the masculine side where he does need to go in and heal himself, because if he's feeling a little vengeful, a little spiteful because he was brokenhearted and now he's having to transmute through all these things, the synergy and healing of it is about releasing that resentment toward the feminine, okay? Because just like every masculine that comes into our lives, it is not if a new masculine comes in trying to love us after someone came in and just did a whole bunch of fucking low vibrational fucked up shit, then why should we hold the new masculine accountable for what somebody in the past did to us? Masculines are doing the same thing. This is what is being called to release within the collective, why we are having to remove those boundaries from one another so that we can integrate ourselves into collective unity. Okay? This isn't about yourself anymore. And the more you guys awaken, the more you guys will understand that this isn't about you. This isn't just about you anymore. This is about a whole collective and where you fucking stand in that collective. The rising, the grand rising, where will you be in the grand rising? Are you in position yet? Do we realize that pretty soon in this world we are going to see riots? We're going to see a huge transformation in this world other than what we've been watching lately, guys. It's only about to get crazier, but this is only more exciting for us as a collective because of the turn of events that are happening here spiritually for everyone that is transforming right now. This is for those people that are being called to their own divinity, to being called to look at themselves and say, I am a universal being of love and light, and I am here on a mission. And what is my mission? Am I standing in it, or am I so far from it that I need guidance to get to where I need to be? This is about removing that stubborn no energy and saying yes to all of the things that we are divinely guided to open ourselves up to in love and light and abundance. And this is also being brought up for you guys in the collective right now to ask yourselves, are you giving yourself all you can? Are you giving yourself the love that you deserve? You know that love that you deserve is going to be mirrored to you in the face of other people. So what are you denying and what are you allowing in your life right now? While we all understand that we have to have healthy boundaries, this is another thing that's going to be talked about in the feminine video. Divine masculine has to come up with healthy boundaries for himself, but so does divine feminine. Where is the divine masculine out right now in an earthly sense? This is the energy of Earth. This is where the divine masculine sits, and he sits in the emperor energy. He sits in the emperor energy. The emperor energy, however, is about windows. The window of opportunity, pure and clear intelligence, the sense of smell. Wait, maybe not. Tree life path 15, which if you add 1 and 5 together, that is 6. Overall energy, you have the 6 of coins with the Ace of Cups. And justice, go figure. All right, the affirmations to this card. It's about constituting intelligence. This queen scale of color is red, and her power of consecrating things. This is about constituting intelligence and consecrating the power of consecration. The power of consecration. So, divine masculine, whatever you consecrate in this world is what you are bringing towards you. So, if the things that if you're consecrating situations that you have no plans to put your energy into, then you might not want to consecrate those things. So what I'm saying is that if you are consecrating female energies out there with your phallus, okay, your penis, guys. Yes, I'm going there. If you are blessing, as you guys sometimes like to call it, quote unquote, if you are blessing a female out there with your divine phallus, and it is not coming from a place of divinity within you, the shit you are going to manifest is not going to be good for you. I'm just saying, going back into those low vibrational acts of fuckery on the literal, You're just going to be on that. You're going to be a fucking hamster on that fucking wheel for a little bit longer, Divine Masculine. The magical weapons of this card, the Emperor card, are all cerebral excitants. So yeah, while sex gets you all excited and shit, you better be thinking about where you're putting your phallus, because if you're putting your phallus in a low vibrational female, the shit that you're going to be manifesting because of that, you know what the repercussions are already. That's everything that you're afraid of. It's probably the very reason why you won't give divine feminine commitment. And because you're not ready, obviously. But if you're still healing these energies within yourself, I'm just telling you what's coming. Don't get mad at me. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just saying, you don't want to be on the fucking hamster wheel. This is how you're going to get the fuck off of it. This is how you're going to not have to repeat the same fucking cycles that you have been repeating before. This is the power of consecration, the transcendental morality. Really, this is the transcendental morality. It's the power of consecration. Consecration is when you give something your blessing, and if you're blessing things that aren't bringing you that good ass prana for your highest good, then those things that you're consecrating lower vibrational energies. If you're not consecrating higher vibrational energies, if you don't look at yourself as a consecrated being by divine, then nothing you touch will have the Midas touch. If you have that energy of, oh, everything I touch, it's 11:11 on the clock. I see 11, 1:11, 11. Just when I said that. So that's not a fucking synchronicity. Like I said, think very long and hard, Divine Masculine, about what the fuck you are consecrating. And I don't give a shit if it's with your hands, your voice, your penis, or your ethereal body or your physical body. Like, I don't care. You better think about what the fuck it is that you're consecrating, you know? I'm just saying, lest you want to be that hamster on a hamster wheel continuously. Think long and hard about where you want to put your energy right now, Divine Masculine. That's really important for you. You're the Emperor. This is going on in your Earth phase right now. So this is about the mother is the daughter is the mother. The goddess Isis, the love goddess Hathor, Venus, all of those archetypal energies can come to play here. You see the tiger lily, rubies, the horns, the energy, the burin, consecration. The 15th path is consulting intelligence, so called because it constitutes the substance of creation and pure darkness, and men have spoken of these contemplations. It is that darkness spoken in the scripture. Job, verse 9. It says, and thick darkness, a swaddling band for it. The path of he is called the constituting intelligence, means that it assists in the building up of the light from the utter darkness of the supernatural triangle, as rational genetic structure directs the rising of the plant from the intense darkness of the earth. Meaning of the letter he is window. The window unites and separates the internal and the external at the same time. This is the meaning: war, rivalry, struggle over victory. So, masculine, hate to burst your little bubble, but this war, this Aries energy that I sensed, Mercury, Mars energy. But this is what Mercury is bringing up right now in retrograde. Truth, vitality. Everybody knows that Venus is Aries' lover. If you know anything about Greek mythology, the god Ares, the god of war, his divine feminine is Venus. Yeah. War, rivalry, the rivalry. Okay, so this is what this message is about, Divine Masculine. This is about ending. the rivalry between your heart and your mind, and letting your intellect guide you through both. You can't have your intellect without your heart, and you can't have the heart without the intellect. You cannot rule head over heart and heart over head matters if you can't integrate the two together. A lot of divine masculines are wondering, how do you do this? How do you transmute this energy? Well, guys, Spirit has just told you how you transmute that energy from the divine to the self. The meaning of the letter, the window, unites and separates the internal and the external at the same time. The contemplations that you've spoken upon yourself in the darkness. Okay. Nine of Swords. This is what's going on in fire energy. How do you take action to get out of your head? How do you take action to get out of your own head, divine masculine? Let's find out. Nine of Swords. The nines are about foundation, pure or clear intelligence, the vision of machinery of the universe. So how to universally make this happen? How to universally transmute this? This is about the altar. Clear your altar, or get down on your knees in front of the altar and pray. I don't know. Take it how it resonates. This is about the transit, the morality of this card is about independence from your thoughts, independence from your anxiety, independence. Okay, so you want to remove the anxiety that you feel right now, divine masculine. You must embody the energy of the magician. Make sure that whatever it is that you're consecrating in the world is for your highest good. Because if it is not for your highest good, you're sure shit gonna fucking know very instantaneously that it wasn't good for you. To go and sleep with someone that holds no spiritual or emotional value to you whatsoever, it's only gonna hurt you. It's only gonna hurt that person. So right now you're being called to be cautious about how you consecrate things in the world. And this is not just sexual. This is by verbatim words that come out of your mouth. It's about being mindful of the way you speak to yourself, the way you speak to other individuals, what you put out there in the universe with your words. The spoken word is the alchemy of creation on top of whatever emotions that you are internally embodying at the time. This is very important, divine masculine, because your overall energy here is about finding balance. And reason to find balance of what? Just to give yourself justice in this Ace of Cups energy. Ace of Cups energy is about new love. But how the fuck are you going to see new love coming in if you're so broken over yourself and you won't even give anybody else the chance? Like, oh, well, fuck it. This other bitch broke my heart, so I'm just going to go and, fuck off. Fuck off, divine feminine. Fuck off, relationships. Fuck off, love. Well, how are you going to tell love to fuck off whenever it's the one thing that you want the most, divine masculine? Why even hide it? Why even hide your emotions? For anybody that can't express their emotions at this point in time, I'm not telling you what to do by any means. I'm just telling you how you're hurting yourself. And why. Why are you doing it? What is the mechanism? That is your spirit driving force to fuck yourself so hard that you will not allow love and light to come in. The reason why Spirit told me this morning is because we're not looking at ourselves like that pure divine love and light energy, about being in the energy of giving and reciprocating and receiving. Giving and taking and reciprocating. Giving back. Taking, giving back. Giving, giving, giving. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Okay, so 6 of coins. we're going to get to the heart of the matter really quick. I know these videos get very lengthy. I just want to apologize because this is just the way that it's coming out of me right now. I really had no idea. After I wrote certain things down, I didn't know how this was going to come out, and I usually never do until sometimes I have to go back and watch the replay because sometimes I'm rambling and I'm delivering these messages the way that they come out, and I don't see the synchronicities myself until I actually go back and watch these videos. And I don't do it to toot my own horn. I do it in case I missed anything. But what I'm being told right now is that divine masculines have to come out of this paradigm of thinking that relationships are shit. Divine feminines also need to come out of this energy of thinking that relationships or the energy that is put toward them, it's not a waste of fucking time. To the divine masculine, energy and relationships are only a fucking waste of time when you view them that way. And so that's pretty much saying to anybody on the external that fucking loves you and loves you unconditionally from an unconditionally standpoint, that is not fair. That is not being fair to the other people that love you. That includes family, children, and other kinds of relationships in your life. If you're closing yourself off to that loving vibrational energy that is completely and wholeheartedly universal and is coming to you from the cosmos in the form of multitudes of different kinds of people, if you are shutting yourself off from that, you're only hurting yourself. Divine masculine. And to the divine feminines that are watching, you guys need to understand that you cannot fucking trap a masculine inside of a soul cage based on your own expectations. That shit just does not work. And if you're finding that a masculine is running from you or running from the emotions that he feels towards you, it's because you're putting the pressure on way too fucking much. And you need to back off and let that masculine have his healing space if that's what he needs. You need to be the divine feminine that gives it to him. You also need to be that divine feminine that can stand in your Queen of Swords energy and allow that you will not be walked all over. And you don't have to give the divine masculine your power any more than divine masculines. You don't have to give any female out there in the world your power by saying, I'm going to reserve myself in this situation and I'm not going to give you the attention that you're seeking, because some people just do this shit to seek attention. You know it's low vibrational. A lot of people aren't into this shit anymore. A lot of people are trying to cut the shit out. We don't want to be with partners that we have to heal them and heal ourselves too. Not even a masculine wants that. No feminine ever said ever, I want to put up with that. Give me all of your dirty, low vibrational, fucking toxic shit. Nobody said that ever, including the divine masculine. So what I was telling a friend of mine earlier is like, you know, a lot of fucking women bitch and complain about, oh, well, my masculine just fell out of love with me. He used to love me so much. We used to do all these things together. And did you ever ask yourself, divine feminine, why the masculine just stopped putting energy into you? Let me tell you why. It's because you lost yourself in the connection. And at first, you were in your goddess energy. You were all in your energy of goddess and Knight of Pentacles, that solitary woman, that singular woman, but you allowed a masculine to come in and you totally gave it all to the masculine, and masculines do the same fucking thing. You lose yourselves in relationships and then you wonder why it all fucking ends the way it ends, in such destruction and chaos, and why the tower moments come. But you also don't understand when the tower moments do come, in the middle of the fucking tower moment, you're sitting there downing yourself and fucking everyone else off. Not letting love and light in. You're embodying that darkness. Well, I mean, a lot of people do have to get through the dark, to go through the darkness to get to heaven. A lot of us have to go through the darkness to get to the light, but this is what is being transmuted right now for balance and for the sake of love, unconditional love at that. The universal law of love is saying, why limit yourself to the human paradigms of no, when you could be aligning yourself to the paradigms of the universe that say, yes, Yes, let this love in. Let's travel. Let's take a journey. Let's make this an adventure of love together. Nobody ever fucking says that. Why? Honestly, it's the most healing and transcendental thing you can fucking do in a time like this, especially when you're learning lessons. Why shut your fucking self off from love and lessons and light and illumination? Is saying, no, I'm shutting the fucking door. Nobody else gets a chance. Anyway, 6 of coins. The 6 is about beauty, intelligence of the mediating influence, and the vision of harmony of things. See the layman cross, the rose? It was mentioned in the last special reading that I did here on YouTube last week. The transcendental cross, the rose representing the divine feminine energy. You also have money, coin, which is material, which is a material sense of abundance. You also have the phoenix rising above the ashes. The let me see. Yeah, this is Taurus energy here. So the clear pink rose is the scale of color. The god associated to this card is Ra, which is the sun god. The sun god is illumination, the great divine masculine energy. He would be a Syrian starseed energy as well. Topaz, yellow diamonds. The phoenix, the lion, the child, the spider. Okay. Devotion to great works, transcendental morality. This is the vision of the harmony of things, the beatific vision. Okay, so this card represents the success and good luck in financial affairs, strength and influence, high standing, generousness, people management, good luck, prosperity, justice, and free thinking. So this is in the overall energy for the masculine: material success, earth, and touch. Baby, get off my knee. Underneath that, you have justice, which is self-explanatory. It's like this is the justice that's being brought in. Underneath that, to fall in love, guys. I just want to put this out there. To fall in love with yourself is to be in union with God. Okay? And when you fall in love with yourself, you're falling in love with everything around you. I don't give a fuck. You're falling in love with everything. Everything. So to say self-love, that's a fucking understatement. That we all need self-love right now, that's a fucking understatement. It's more than that. Loving ourselves is being unified with God, source, creator. Okay? This is our ace of fucking cups. This is how we fill it up within ourselves. And this is how we don't take it out on other people in a lower vibration and say, you know what? You're not worth my love. You're not worth my time. Well, fuck you. Well, while you guys are in that shitty ass fucking energy, I just want to say this is for a message. This is a message for divine feminines and divine masculines alike. If you would deny yourself love by saying, well, fuck it, this other motherfucker, this one motherfucker just broke my fucking heart, and I'm not gonna fucking open myself up ever again to anybody. I'm not gonna ever love again. I'm just gonna be a fucking selfish prick. Or bitch. Yeah, I said it. I'm not gonna give love. I'm not gonna love myself. I'm just gonna sit here and fucking sulk. I'm gonna shut the doors on everybody and everything. Fuck it all. That is so unfair to everybody and anybody that loves you. It's so fucking unfair. And I'm just telling you this from the universal side of things, where I'm channeling archetypal energies that get sad when they witness this upon humanity. Because this is not how we were created. We were not fucking created to shut each other down and shut each other the fuck off just because somebody else fucking hurt us. Or because we allowed shitty, fucking toxic, shitty, fucking vibrational fucking things to come in and fucking create a world of fucking chaos. It is not fair to take that shit out on other people that are not deserving of that energy coming from you. For you to take things out on other human beings that did not have any fucking thing to do with your fucking disposition whatsoever. By saying that shit, you're not allowing other people to come in and actually help you. So, you know, it's up to you guys. You have divine free will here. But I'm seeing this energy everywhere I turn. And it's not just in the masculine collective. It is in the masculine with every fucking one of us. It's that distorted shit. Breaking free of the fucking paradigms of the crappy relationship shit that we have downloaded since childhood and early adulthood, since we fucking started having coitus. You know what I'm saying? We're birth. We go through the birth process. We go through the adolescence process. The coitus process is the most fucked up of that all. Like, I hate to tell you guys, but for me, it's honestly been one of the hardest things for me to transmute on a personal level. Coitus is a fucking motherfucker, just like perceptions. Which is why a lot of us are coming to that place. Well, it's not saying that we are not capable of love, because we are. But until we get to a place where we've healed the damage that coitus has done to us, intimate relationships, energetic partnerships,
Sorry, Mom.
coming to a shitty standstill or coming to a shitty end, I'm just saying, well, when we close ourselves off from our own internal unconditional love and light source, we're shutting everyone else off from that too. And our cup of love is not being full. It's being emptied out when we're doing that. We're not filling up our cup of love. We're emptying it every step of the way. Six of Pentacles is about success and good luck in financial affairs, strength and influence, high standing, prosperity. So this is about having justice over free thinking. Free thinking will get us in fucking trouble sometimes. I'm just saying. But we need to give our free thinking some fucking justice here, divine masculines. And from what I'm seeing, a lot of you guys in the collective are not really giving the divine feminine very much justice at all while you guys are in this behavior. Frankly, it's quite disturbing to see on both sides of the collective, to see feminines in this energy and to see masculines in this energy, because this is exactly why the divine masculines and the divine feminine cannot come into union until this is healed. And until we heal this shit within ourselves. Go out there and have all the free sex you want, but I guarantee you're going to stay on that fucking hamster wheel. And it's not going to serve you for the highest good to stay in those low vibrational energies. You know, if we're, yeah, here comes the strength part. This is about the activities of the spiritual being. Final message: the power of training wild beasts. To train the wild beast within the self. Snakes and serpents. The sunflower. The path of 9. I tell you, I see 9 on this card 3 times. 999. You have 190. Add 1 and 9 together, that's 10. Cycle of completion. It's being stronger and being smarter than this low vibrational energy we're all coming out of, the anxiety of what it means to love, releasing anxiety when it comes to love. Like, being free spirited is one thing, but you know with every fiber of your fucking being when you come into union with a person that the vibrations are so fucking high, you just can't get over it. And you know, we can go into separation for a time to learn some lessons, to heal ourselves, you know, but at the end of the day, it's not worth a fucking thing, guys, until you can truly love yourself and allow yourself to be loved. This is about opening up your fucking heart space and turning your pain into power and not allowing that pain to keep you from things that you're meant to have in your lives. Joy, laughter, abundance, joy, gratitude. Great, you know, I can't even understand. I can't even, guys, I can't. It's really frustrating. Really frustrating to see this in the energy happening right now, especially to people like I love, you know, like I'm seeing social media shit and trying not to get triggered, you know. I'm trying to be the high vibrational person who understands, and that's what the number 9 is about. This is about understanding where you're at on your spiritual journey and where you're at in humanitarianism. Like, how are you going to put your own gifts and that own and your own love and light embodiment of universal unconditional love? How are you guys putting that out there in the universe? That's Spirit's main question to you guys. How are you transforming your lives, and how are you standing in mission right now? How are you making a difference in the world? How are you making a difference in the world collectively? What kind of energies are you putting out to the collective right now? Because it's really, really important that you're very mindful of what kind of energy you're fucking putting out there into the universe, because you're heavily going to fucking manifest that in return. And right now, during this retrograde, the manifestation energy is so fucking heightened. You really do need to be careful about where you're manifesting your energy and how you're consecrating everything that you touch. And what I mean by consecration is, what kind of fucking energy are you putting into people, places, and fucking things right now? Are you being responsible? Or are you being irresponsible right now with what you're manifesting out there with your words, how you're putting yourself out there, how you're putting your energy out there? Okay. Strength. For a lot of you guys, this is why you guys are seeing serpents in the energy. If you're seeing serpent energy, this is also 3 9s. The Egyptian god Horus is the attribute. The color is deep purple, which could be about your third eye. All right. And there is that 6th energy, and that would be what is the 6th energy? Portals, dimensions, magical weapons. The power of the training of wild beasts is the magical powers. So the 19th path is the intelligence of the secret of all activities of the spiritual beings, and is so called because of the influence diffused by it from the Most High. So exalted, sublime, glory, Sefer Yetzirah, the active power, she who rules the secret of the force of the universe, which could be within divine masculine. This is how the divine feminine is guiding you through your path right now. This is about courage, strength, power, and obstinacy. The 19th path is outpouring of energy from chaste in the process of manifestation to Gibberah. It is a symbol of the letter of Teth. The serpent sheds its own skin when regenerating. Similarly, a human regenerates by rejecting all that is outdated and unnecessary and preserving the strength and wisdom. So right now, divine masculine, this would be about preserving the strength and the wisdom that you have gained through all of your life lessons, and being able to open yourself up to being that divine being of love and unconditional love within the universe. Once you do that, you allow yourself to be one with God, which is about that Ace of Cups energy. It's about being one with God. This is not about being one in relationships with the divine feminine, divine masculine. And the same for you, divine feminine, for those of you that are cross-watching this video, for your love lives. This is guidance and information on how you can guide yourself through these lower vibrational energies on your path to ascension right now. This is about releasing those things, releasing your expectations from them, and allowing the self to say yes. I'm going to welcome myself into this energy and healing within the universe that the universe and the divine is bringing down unto me. And this is about being responsible, okay? This is, again, about being responsible for the power that you are manifesting and for the things that you are consecrating in this world, and being mindful of your words and the spoken word and how you portray yourself on Facebook, on how you portray yourself through your words. And that's that power of abracadabra, guys. As you speak it, you create it. So when you're even typing things out in a lower vibration, just think about what the fuck you're saying. And think about what kind of energies that you are inviting and alchemizing into your life right now. Okay? And I don't know why they just really wanted me to stress this to the masculine collective today. And there are things that are going to come out in the Divine Feminine video, guys. I guarantee you, the Divine Feminines got a what for coming for them too. And the reason why is because all of this shit that is coming out and is going to come out in both of these videos is about relationships. This is about relationships, the toxicity of them, and how to heal them within yourself, and how not to take it out on the people around you, and how to ascend from the past dynamics that you guys have experienced, and what it is that you're healing now. Nobody's telling you that you have to fucking let it go, that you have to forget, that you have to, sometimes it's best to forgive, but never forget what the fuck you've been through, because it's made you who you are. But at the same time, this is also about not allowing yourself to sit in those lower vibrations for too long, because this is what is happening to you. And this is what is happening in the world around you through the intentions that you're creating and embodying within yourself. And the message of the dream was to see yourself in some way or form. Your experiences may not be the same as mine, but you're being called to divinely look at your divine self, not your fucking 3D self, not what you've been through in the 3D, but this is about looking at yourself from a divine perspective and seeing the divine within and allowing yourself to kiss the divine within you right now. And right now, this is more important for the masculine within, because it is the masculine voice that is translating this message to us all. Okay? So, while the masculine is being guided by a feminine voice, which is the divine feminine, the divine masculine is also here guiding the masculine and guiding us too as feminines. This is the message from the great divine. Anyway, I'm going to pull another card. Let me see. I'm going to pull a card from the Sacred Power Oracles, okay? I'm going to get you guys a final message for the Divine Masculine Collective from the Divine Masculine himself. Now, this is a transmutation that is supposed to get us to look at things from a higher perspective, okay? So I don't want you guys to feel like the messages that I'm delivering to you, like I'm getting on to you, like I'm scolding you, because you guys are not children, okay? And even if the inner child within you is taking it that way, then I would look at your inner child right now and say, I love you, little one, but this message was not meant to hurt you. It's meant to help you. It's meant to help you grow. It's meant to help you come out of that, mentality that, you cannot connect to other human beings, and that you feel like you have to shut yourself off from the rest of the world. While it is necessary for you guys to take rest, it is necessary for you guys to rest at this time. Allow the dolphin energy to come in and give you that peace and that peaceful frame of mind and the playful energy that you need to open yourself up to love, to the universe. The dolphin energy is all about play, guys. Anyway, so your affirmations. This was that message that I gave to you for your higher self, to be careful about the affirmations that you're putting out into the world. Be careful of the way that you are consecrating people, places, and things at this particular time, Divine Masculine. Because if you're moving from a lower vibrational state, you better think about the consequences of moving from that lower vibration. Because you're not only going to hurt yourself, but you're going to hurt others around you, and therefore you're going to stay on that fucking hamster wheel that you don't want to be on. Okay? So your affirmations at this point in time, Divine Masculine, are extremely, extremely important, not only to your detrimental health, but to others around you. And the overall message that you're getting right here is about divine consciousness. Okay? So just imagine that all of this light here, what I saw in my dream was that all of this light was inside of you, inside of me, inside of everyone. This is the light that radiates from within you and requires that love and healing, okay? This is about that divine communication that is coming through to you. This is about that higher purpose. Divine communication. It's about divine consciousness. I am one with divine energy. I allow divinity to flow through me and align with my unique vibration to the highest form of the universal love. That is exactly what I saw in my dream this morning. It says, divine awakening, open your mind to new possibilities. Working with the divine consciousness, we can open ourselves up to deep thought and meaning that cannot be described in normal languages. It is felt and expressed with the heart of the higher self. Peace, bliss, divine power, unlimited expansion await you only when you consciously connect at this level. So between soul and spirit, it is possible to connect our inner being to divine consciousness. Divine consciousness enables us to open up our mind to different states of reality and communication. A friend of mine, a very special friend of mine, were talking about this earlier because communication isn't just about communicating how you feel to someone. It's about the fact that the way that we communicate with different people comes on different levels because different people are like a unique thumbprint. So the way that I would communicate with the friend of mine who I was speaking to about this earlier, the way that we communicate with each other is quite different than the way that I would communicate to someone else. I can communicate to her on a very, very intellectual level, which is this Nine of Swords level. This is a very high level of intuition and clear intelligence. On many points in my journey, this friend of mine and I have been there in this way for each other. And this is the way that we divinely communicate through our Christ consciousness. So, but the way that we communicate with each other is going to be different than the way that we communicate with other people because other people are going to be at a different level of their understanding and of their consciousness on this journey. So, you kind of have to learn to kind of mediate through the different energies and through different people and the way that they communicate, but being able to allow yourself in a healthy way to communicate that divine consciousness expression to one another in the way that it is necessary. Okay, so these things are going to change and vary between people, and it's really important at this point in time to connect our inner being to those divine consciousness beings within others. Okay, so divine consciousness enables us to open our mind to different states of reality and communication. So right now you're expecting an awakening. Congratulations. You're raising your consciousness and are energetically shifting. Your divine blueprint has been activated into a new state of awareness. You may feel oversensitive, but will soon pass as you adjust to this new vibration. You're now connected to the healing energy of the divine. Miracles can occur now. So if you keep a positive mindset, the affirmations that you will be bringing to from the heavens, as above and so below, are going to be phenomenal and so far beyond your imagination or what you can comprehend right now. That's all that goodness that you can't even fathom at this particular moment. So, Archangel Gabriel supervises these transitions as you become connected in mind. Being connected to the divine consciousness allows your divine purpose to grow and expand with your spirit, encouraging you to remember who you were before you came into being. So let me remind you of who the fuck you were before you came into being. You were a divine being of universal love and light and consciousness from the unconscious of the universe. You're a divine consciousness, unconditional love creation. You're a light-bodied, multidimensional being. So, anyway, with that being said, you're encouraged to meditate to remove yourself from earthly dramas, gossip, and physical issues. Be gentle with yourself. Eat nutritious foods. Drink enough water to get plenty of rest. And by connecting to a state of consciousness higher than our mind's physical awareness, we eliminate impurities and toxicity within the body. Spirit, higher thought forms, angelic connections, and animal messages will come to you clearly. Keep a journal. Record the thoughts, feelings, and messages and meditations and dream states that may arise or appear to you throughout the day as your body adjusts to these new energies. The affirmations card, the overall energy, will be the final message for this energy reading. And what you have with affirmations is powerful intentions are to be manifested now. Stay positive. I am the light divine. I am will, and I am fixed design. Human beings are conscious creators. We have the potential to shift a negative mindset to positive. Adjusting our thoughts and subtle brain waves through positive mantras, we're able to retain our brains after trauma, kicking bad habits, and set positive goals and intentions. You can change our perceptions by creating positive word sequences to alter our belief systems. The power of I am presence has the potential to shift awaken, and align our soul's blueprint to our physical being. The I am presence is the higher aspect of ourself that connects directly to God. Invoking the I am presence connects us with God, the universe, our higher self, and the other realms of consciousness. Using the I am presence gives your affirmations power. I am strengthens your psyche on conscious and subconscious levels, creating power and intent with every statement. Previously, you may have tried using affirmations but lost motivation due to lack of results. So, this could be about past relationships not coming to fruition the way that you saw them, okay? And the way that you perceive relationships now, it's not all for naught. The Spirit is saying, your I am presence, your powerful intentions manifest from the negative or positive. So be careful what your affirmations are. Be careful how you're wording things, how you're putting self out into the universe, because the I am presence is working through you, even from a lower vibration. And this is what the fuck you have to remember, man. So right now, your higher self is asking you to be serious about your intentions, create positive and open mindsets. Perseverance, will, and patience are required. Like the caterpillar, transformation takes time if you want long-lasting results. Acknowledge any thoughts, feelings, and possible resistance to positive statements. If you're in a state of conflict, ask yourself questions about why you feel this way and how you can cooperate to achieve the best possible outcome. Creating conversations with the self in this way supports deep change, resolution to past patterns, and behavior. Invoke the I am presence with all of your affirmations to solidify and anchor the change and transformation that you desire. Using affirmations daily can also improve your overall well-being. Man, 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 man. All right. I need one more oracle. Don't ask me why, but oddly enough, I'm going to pull from the mermaid oracles. I'm going to see what they have. They have another message here. All right, there it is. Dreams, vivid dreaming, dream messages, and dream teaching. Okay. Underneath the overall energy is reflections, self-reflection. What you contemplate, you can actualize. So what it is that you're contemplating, you're bringing into actualization right now with the power of your thoughts. Okay, so that's really important. The dream card here, I am going to read this message, and I hope this is about what do we mermaids dream of? It says, like you, sometimes our dreams are more vivid than our waking life, and then within them there is a great deal of freedom, exploration, symbolism, and messages. Sometimes our dreams are our spirit calling out to us, wishing us to take the lead of what the soul is speaking of, asking us to live more in a mystic realm where we can have time alone, where we can create a dream into our self-expression, and where we're very clearly being given messages. From the realm of the subconscious, the flowing, the watery underworld, deep of our very heart selves, mermaids cannot always reach you when you're on land, but you may not be at the beach. Many people are not dreamy enough to be reached. They are hard focused and hardwired into their brain. When you cannot be reached through the song of the waves, you'll be reached on the waves of the sleeping brain. And in them you'll be told what it is you need to let go of, what it is that fascinates and drives you, and what it is that you yearn and hunger for. Dreams are another life, and our sleeping life is a profound reality as our waking life. It's mysterious and deeply moving and influential, but many people have given no time and thought to what their soul is describing to them, teaching them and experiencing with them in each evening. When this card shows up, it's a sure sign that mermaids are reaching out to you through the oceans of your sleep time. Within this time, the periods you feel your dreams are not so much to analyze them, although this can be helpful and wise. It's time to feel them and allow their wisdom and guidance to seep up into you and join with the waking world. Be a little more dreamy, a little more in between, and a little less sharply focused just for a time, and listen to the deep messages of your soul. Your mind will try to make sense of what the mermaids are sharing, but it truly cannot. It can only be observed. So watch, feel, experience, live the dream throughout the waking day. The wisdom is potent, so powerful, that can change lives and awaken you truly to the callings of the song of the soul. The divination of this card, when it appears, is to go deeper into the world of the dream. It may be time to keep a dream journal or spend even just 5 minutes each morning meditating on your sleeping life. It's unlikely that your mind will have a great deal of information that will be valuable for you, but there will be details and imagery, poetry, and symbolism in your dreams. It's a creative, flowing, and imaginative and surreal world you enter when you sleep. So spend time each morning or day feeling the dream and then musing on its meaning. Do not try to pin it down or it will fly free, eluding you. Have long baths or warm showers prior to bedtime and visualize yourself in a pool before drifting off to sleep. Allow the waters of sleep to take you and the mermaids of the dreams to sing to you. Divine Masculine, trust in the dreams that you're having because you're not going crazy. So, a lot of these downloads you guys are also receiving, just as I received this message through a dream this morning about the collective and how we need to heal the unconditional law of love within ourselves. And it's simply just to be able to look within the self and to see ourselves from a higher perspective. The reflections, reflecting upon who we are and what we are. We are made of the stars, and the stars will kiss the universe. So, reflection, what you contemplate, you can actualize. It's time to observe what is around you and about you. What you contemplate, you can actualize. It does not mean to worry or fret over it, to turn it this way and then that in quite a frenzy, trying to find the right thing to do. But it does mean contemplation, a time of gathering all the threads of half-formed thoughts and following some, though, to their end and reaching a better understanding of what it is you're currently looking at. For there has been a tendency to react, and while this has created action and movement and waves, there's not been deep understanding. Understanding that brings you a deeper peace. We, the mermaids, are asking you to reflect and become still and truly see what it is before you. Reflection also means to have a greater understanding of yourself. There is no outer contemplation that does not have its echo within. So for now, look at what is there and feel the strength of your contemplative times. There's enough time in the world and you're not lazy for contemplating, thinking, and feeling different. It is wise to be balanced when reflecting upon the big questions in your life. The process will bring up many emotions, so it's wise to make your purpose one of greater understanding, deeper peace, and action, especially if this is pertaining to relationships, which I'm gathering that it is, obviously. So from that comes your true values. Far too much of recent action has been a reaction, a surge of movement against something, and while this is felt just and right, it's not created results you would wish for. It's now time to reflect and be in the reflective time that you will be shown the next action to take. Be still, sit a while, gaze at a flower, the sunset, and the light on the ocean. Feel a deep peace, and the knowing will come soon after this. Choose not to act at this time, but stay still, to go deep within, observe until you feel you have a greater understanding of things. Reflect upon what has led you to this place in this moment of choice. Reflect upon how you would like to see the now become and the future unfold. Reflect, reflect, reflect. Do not act right now. Seek to understand yourself and not to judge the acts of others. For time put aside frenetic action, there may be a panicked kind of urge to do something now before it's too late. However, it's best at this time to stay still. Others may be urging you to action, and there may be a sense of being driven up in circumstance and having no choice, but being dragged along by the surge of the current and the tide of opinion. Take the time to reflect, to understand each day. This is necessary, or else we become auto maidens, reacting out of habit and not choosing responses out of wisdom. Do the later now. I'm going to read you guys the why this autonomous energy is coming in is because it is time to stand in our autonomous nature. Autonomy is the freedom of the soul, okay? It is also that freedom that you can give yourself within the confines of love, universal love, and understanding the laws of love within the self and the external forces around you. It's really important to remain that autonomous individual. And if anything hasn't taught us that, it is definitely the divine, the great divine masculine who has taught us that it is important to remain autonomous when we enter relationships. Okay, so for the masculines that are healing relationships that did not work out when they envisioned it to be something grand or on a scale of grandeur, and it didn't turn out that way, which is what in turn is keeping you from opening your heart space and being in that energy of moving forward and allowing yourself that chance to open yourself up to unconditional love the way that you saw it. It's just saying that spirit was trying to give you those things, but the way that you were trying to manifest them with certain people, those certain people weren't on the right vibration, and neither were you. So you've had to go through the acts of healing. You've gone through the trials and tribulations. You've had relationships come to an end, and all of the toxicity has now come to a halt. But it's left you empty, it's left you broken, and it's left you afraid. So what is healing right now are these things that you're going into your self-reflections about. And it's not saying that, you know, you won't ever have what it is that you were trying to manifest, but when you're manifesting it from a place where you're one with God, that is when all of those things that you envision in your beautiful dreams are actually going to start coming true, Divine Masculine. You just can't give up hope. So, like I said, that was where that message of be careful what it is that you are manifesting with your words right now. Be careful of that abracadabra energy, because as you speak it, Divine Masculine, you do create it. And it's time to say yes to all the possibilities of open-hearted acceptance and allowing that energy of joy and excitement to come into your life, because it seems impossible with all the things that you've experienced in your past and how you watched all of those things come to a form and place of destruction. But what it destroyed was bringing you the opportunity to rebuild something greater, to experience a love on a higher vibration, because you've seen it from the lower perspective. You've lived it from the lower perspective. Now you're being given the opportunity to open your heart space up and allow the abundance that is waiting for you to come into you in the form that you don't necessarily see coming, because it's not for you to see what's coming before it's coming. Okay, yes, you were. You were meant to see things before they were coming, but it's about being open to every single good thing. That is knowing that you will have the best thing in life when it does come. It's about saying yes. It's about getting out of that energy of fucking saying no and getting into the energy of saying yes, and allowing all of those beautiful, wonderful things to come into your lives, to alchemize, to listen to your inner child, and have the grace of self-love and communication that you have not had, that compromised everything that came to an end. So from many different aspects of your childhood, and shedding those distorted images and releasing those images and forgiving those images and saying, you know what, I'm a being of love and light, and I do deserve the things that I'm trying to attract to myself in this lifetime and all other lifetimes past. I'm going to open myself up to allow this good karma that I have stored up over all these lifetimes to come into my life and bring me the abundance now. I'm going to put myself in the energy of bringing into the from the 5D. I'm bringing all of those things into the 3D, as above and so below, just as God would have intended it on this journey. Allowing your inner voice to be heard, to practice listening to your inner child and speaking to your inner child with love and kindness. So this has been your message, Divine Masculines. This has been the Divine Masculines Naked Truth to the collective. I want to thank you guys for watching. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. So if things are getting a little crazy in your lives right now, Divine Masculine, don't worry. Just keep going. There's some things that you need to adjust with your energy field, but the endurance that you have to keep going through this mission will take you through a healing. It will bring you to a healthier state of mind. And Divine Masculine, man's best friend is saying right now, if you need to take a time out, by all means, we understand, Divine Masculine. We love you. We send you love and light on your journey. We hope that these messages reach you for the highest good. And from brandinimojo at Tribal Awakening Ministry, this has been a message of divine oneness to the Divine Masculine Collective and to anybody watching. Again, thank you guys for tuning in. If you guys would like to book a personal reading with me, you can find me at pearlofthesea13@gmail.com. Look me up on Instagram. send me a message. Stay tuned. Stay tuned to Instagram, to Facebook. I go live a lot. There are a lot of messages to come. So this has been this episode 9. Divine Masculine presents The Naked Truth. Peace out. Oh yeah, and don't forget to tune into the Divine Feminine video coming up momentarily. Peace.